Victory isn't what you think. Why success triggers a crash you never see coming. Picture this: you've just crushed a marathon, landed that dream job, or hit a personal record in the gym. The rush is unreal. You feel unstoppable. But then, hours later, or maybe a day or two, that spark fades. You feel strangely flat, almost empty. Why? It's not you being ungrateful. It's not weakness. It's your brain. Wins cause a dopamine surge. That's the molecule that drives motivation and energy. But here's the twist. After the high, your brain doesn't settle back to normal. It drops dopamine below baseline, lower than where you started. That's why the thrill of victory quickly flips into fatigue or even a low mood. So let's dig into what's happening inside your brain. Dopamine isn't the happiness molecule, it's the motivation molecule. Think of it as the fuel for drive when you chase a goal and then win. Dopamine peaks sky high, you feel euphoric. But what goes up must come down, and after that spike, the system recalibrates, it dips under baseline. That dip is what you feel as the slump. Suddenly you're tired, apathetic, or just not as excited as you expected. It's chemistry pulling the strings, and here's where it gets even more interesting. The size of the crash depends on the size of the high. Picture two athletes. One finishes a race with modest joy, the other is ecstatic. Days later, the ecstatic one slumps much harder. High highs equal low lows. This is why small, steady wins keep motivation sustainable. But chasing huge peak experiences over and over can destabilize mood. You're wiring your brain into bigger spikes and deeper crashes. Now let's take this beyond sports. Think about graduating. Everyone cheers. Confetti falls. Then, days later, you're sitting in your room feeling aimless. Or after childbirth, the postpartum dip. Or finishing a huge project at work. The sense of, what now? It's the same biology. Dopamine crashes happen after life's biggest moments. This isn't failure. It's not you being broken. It's chemistry. And knowing this changes everything. So let's keep building the story. Imagine eating your favorite meal every day. At first, it's amazing. By the 10th time, it feels routine. That's dopamine habituation. Every repeat lowers the spike. The brain craves novelty. Without it, rewards lose their edge. That's why chasing the same high eventually disappoints. Repetition reduces the dopamine response. The thrill fades. To keep drive alive, you need new challenges. Novelty fuels the system. But what happens if you keep pushing for big spikes over and over? Over time, too many intense dopamine surges lower your baseline. Your brain adapts. Everyday life feels dull. Even things you used to enjoy. This is the biology of addiction. When the baseline erodes, only massive peaks feel good. Normal life? Flat. Addiction isn't just about drugs or alcohol. It can be chasing wins, likes on social media, or endless indulgence. Protecting your dopamine baseline is key to lasting motivation and joy. Here's another trap: external rewards. A classic study gave kids gold stars for drawing. At first, they loved it. But when the stars stopped, they drew less. They had lost the simple joy of the act. External rewards hijacked their dopamine. The lesson: intrinsic rewards, finding joy in the process, protect dopamine balance. Relying only on trophies, praise, or likes destabilizes it. When you love the effort itself, you're shielded from the crash. Now picture steady training, tracking progress, learning step by step. That's the growth mindset, focusing on effort, not just outcome. Science shows this stabilizes dopamine because the journey itself becomes rewarding. When striving is the goal, not just the win, motivation stays steady. Energy doesn't plummet after a single big event. Instead, you build a healthier, more sustainable rhythm. Resolution: you don't have to fear the crash, you just have to understand it. Victory isn't broken, your brain isn't broken, it's chemistry, and you can work with it. Ever felt low after a big win? Now you know why. It's not weakness, it's your brain resetting. Focus on the journey, not just the trophy. If this helped you make sense of your own highs and lows, share this with a friend who needs it, and subscribe to Health Clips Daily for more science-backed insights you can use every day.